Welcome to BDD with Cucumber training session 2. So in previous session you already know what is BDD and what is the Cucumber tool all about. So BDD is nothing but the framework behavior driven development, and with the help of Cucumber 2 we can create any good framework where everyone can interact, not only the QA persons like the developer, the business analyst, right, product owner, scrum master, everyone can interact. So what are the preconditions required? We would require Java installed, right, to require any kind of Eclipse installed, and also we need to add the Cucumber plugin. After that we will create the map and project, where first we will add all the relevant dependency in the map and pop.xml file. After that we will structure the framework, right, in the CTS Java folder. We will create multiple package. One is for the features files, one is for the step definition, and another is for the runner class, right. We will create multiple features with the help of dot features extension, and after that we can run it with the help of Cucumber plugin. And in case we are getting that all the undefined step, right, we need to define in the step definition class, and after that with the help of runner class we can associate the step definition class, right, with the help of glue and the steps, right, all this stuff. So and then we can execute it with the help of JUnit test. Apart from that, in yesterday's session we already seen, right, in case of some of the scenarios duplicate across the, some of the steps are common in nature across the scenario, we can use background feature. And in case we need to run particular scenario with specific multiple combination of data, we can use scenario outline along with the example. In today's session we will learn the Cucumber tags, Cucumber hooks, and Cucumber report, how to generate Cucumber report with the help of HTML, JSON, XML and extend report. So these are the different topics will be covered in today's session. So what is tag in Cucumber? In the real time, right, suppose you already design 1000 test scripts, right, or test cases or scenario, whatever you can think, right. So not unless that you need to execute something or run all the test cases, right. So in case suppose you need to execute only the smoke suit, sanity suit, so you will be running all the test cases relevant to that. In case you need to run the regression suit, so you will be running the test case pertaining to the regression. In case you need to execute the unit test case, so you will be running that. Similarly, for there are 10 applications you are working currently, right, but your for a particular changes your 2 applications got impacted, so definitely you will be running only 2 test cases pertaining to the application. So the how you can track the thing, right. So it might look very simple when user have 1, 2 or maybe 5 scenario in the features file. However, in real life it does not happen. For each feature under test, user may have 10, 20 or maybe a greater number of scenario in a single features file. They may represent different purpose. It can be smoke, integration, end-to-end, regression, UAT, sanity, like that. Different perspective, developer, QA, BA, product owner, scrum master, different status, ready for execution, work in progress, defect fixes, all this stuff, right. So Cucumber has already provided a way to organize user scenario execution by using tag in features file. So user can define each scenario with a useful tag. Later in the runner file they can decide which specific tag, right, they need to execute. So tag name will start with the help of @annotation. After @annotation you need to give the exact tag name, and whenever you will be running in the features file, sorry, in the runner class, you need to use complete @ and the tag names to in the tag syntax, right. So suppose there are 2 or more scenarios in the features file, user want to execute only one scenario as part of the smoke test. So first thing is to identify that scenario, and second is to tag it with the help of @smoke test at the beginning of the scenario. There is no limit in defining tags within a feature file. Based on user need, they can derive tags to be used and scenario to be executed. Tags can also be defined at the features level. So already mentioned. So tags either can be in the scenario level or either can be feature level. But if you define the feature level, so what will happen? So for a particular feature, there can be 10 scenario. So 10 scenario will be affected. But in case you are defining the scenario level, so only specific scenario will be affected, right? So once user define a tag at the feature level, it ensures that all the scenario within that feature file inherit that tag. Depending on the nature of scenario, user can use more than one tag for the single feature. Whenever Cucumber find an appropriate call, a specific scenario will be executed. Okay, so that's why we can run with the help of tags in the features file. In case you want to execute all the tags but not a particular specific tag, then what you need to do? You need to use a not keyword before the tag name, so that excluding that tag, all the other tag will be executed, right? So let's go to the project whatever we started creating yesterday, right? So this is the project we started. This is the two features file. Suppose say Facebook page, right? So I will be defining some tag. Suppose say feature, at the feature level I want to define one tag with the help of @ annotation and Facebook homepage. So that is the tag I want to define here, right? At the feature level, because all the thing I am validating for the Facebook homepage only. And there also I want to add tag called maybe regression. Okay. Similarly, for the second features file regression, and I can add one more tag called UAT, right? So both the tag will be applicable here. Similarly, for that here, right, for scenario level I want to add some tag called smooth, right, called regression, and here for the scenario 2 I can add one tag called @UAT, right, SIT, like that. And here at the feature level I can add tag called @Google home page, right? So that is the tag I have added in the features files, right? Now let's go to the runner class and let's try to execute with the help of the tag. So how can you execute add the tags? So it's already mentioned here, right? We need to add a tags and we need to define the tag within the double quote, right? So here we'll be adding a tags, tags equal to first bracket, and within the double quote I need to give the tag, right? So suppose say I want to execute based on the UAT tag. Okay, so let's see. You can give the comma. So what happened? So all the test cases pertaining to the UAT tag. So here all the 3 test cases will be executed, because this is UAT is for all the scenario here, and here from the second features file, right? Though there is 2 test cases, but 1 test case will be executed. So all total 4 test cases will be executed. That test case will not be executed, right? So let's try to run it now with the help of the runner class, and let's see whether the relevant test cases for which tag is matching only is getting executed. Remaining test case will not be executed. You could see here total 4 test cases will be executed, right? From the Google search page, 1 test case got executed, right? What is the test case name? Selenium tutorial. So for the Google search page, Selenium tutorial test case got executed, but not the Cucumber Java tutorial, because tag is not matching here. Here no URL is matching. So if you expand it, you could see for the Facebook 3 test case got executed, and for the Google only 1 test case got executed. Now say I want to run all the test cases where it is not equal to UAT. Then how can I do it? So I need to use not before that tag, not, so that wherever UAT is there, those will not be executed. Excluding the UAT, those will be executed. So here only 1 test case will be executed, right? Cucumber Selenium search, maybe. So let's see. So it will exclude UAT, and wherever UAT is not there, so those test cases will be automatically executed. So that's why, in case some regression is there, but you don't want to include the regression test case, but apart from regression, you want to execute all the test cases, so that's why you can give the not operation. So you could see only 1 test case got executed, right? So that is the beauty of the tag, right? So instead of so many test cases execution, you can just execute the pertaining area, relevant test cases only. Okay, so that is called the not operation. Next one, say you want to give multiple tags, right? So these are the next module, right? Sometimes requirements are complicated and it will not always simple like executing single tag. It can be complicated like executing scenario that are tag either smoke test or the regression text. It can also be executing scenario that are tag both smoke test and regression test. So Cucumber tagging gives us the ability to choose what user want with the help of adding and ORing. Right? Tags are separated with or are called ORed. Or means scenarios that are tagged either any of them will be executed, but whereas and you need to give the and sign right in the middle of the two tag, but in case both the tag is only matching, that will be executed, right? So here suppose say I want to execute UAT, and apart from that I want to give another, right? So how can you give it? So in case another means suppose say here UAT will be always executing, but apart from that I want to execute where regression that SID tag is also there. So what happened? So UAT tag is available here, one scenario and three scenario here, right? But SID tag is only SID UAT tag both are common only for one particular scenario in the Google search. So that will be executed in case you are giving AND operation. So AND means nothing, when both will match, right? It will be executed. So you need to just change here, remove it. So that's how it will work, right? UAT, then you need to remove that colon here, right? Double quote, and you need to give and middle, and here you need to give again at the rate regression. Now let's try to run it and let's see how it is behaving. So whether in case both the tag is matching only, it will be able to execute it. So only one test case will be executed. From the Google search features file, but not for the Facebook homepage features file, because where UAT tag is present but not the SID tag is present, but here you are giving an operation. Okay, so you could see that only one test case got executed and is passed status. So now thing is that you want to give some OR operation, right? So say OR, then what will happen? So it will definitely execute wherever UAT is present. Apart from that, it will execute all the test cases wherever SID is present. So it does not matter. OR means either this or either OR, right? So that is the difference between AND and OR. And not you already seen, and also seen the exact tag. So this is the four type of important tag operation you can perform with the help of the runner class. So tag definition will be defined in the features file only, but not the step class. You need to either give it at the feature level or you need to give it at the scenario level.
Haradhan, one doubt I have here.
Yeah.
Tag, yeah, we can give any name of the tag.
Yes. You can give any name of the tag, but you just only 1 second. Only use that at the rate annotation only.
Okay, so okay, any name and
Yeah, right.
one more.
Based on the testing type, based on the application type, right, you can give it. Yeah, please.
Yeah, so let's suppose under UAT tag,
Hmm.
I have many cases I have defined as UAT tag,
Hmm.
and under SIT tag many test cases are there.
Hmm.
There. So
Hmm.
when I say AND operator, I will
Hmm.
use
Hmm.
then
Then
uh,
where
the
both the
all the
tag
test
will be
cases.
present, both the test cases will be present, both the tag is present, those test cases will be picked up. So here, if
Like
you go to here, right, so SIT and UAT, that tag is present only, both the tag is present, that is the reason it case will, in case not a single test case having both the tag, not a single test case will be executed.
Okay. So let's suppose I have one test cases which is applicable for smoke, regression, SIT, UAT, everything. So in
Hmm.
that case, I need to give the all the tags,
Right,
operator tags.
right. And multiple and you can give it. So that's how it will be work.
And what about this? Like Google homepage, you given the
Yeah, I'll
smoke
be
tag.
showing you. I'll be
That is
showing you. Yeah, right.
feature level, right?
So that is the feature level
That is
tag. So
feature
yeah,
level.
right. So in case if you give the feature level, so both the scenario will be executed. That is the thing I am showing you now. So let's try to do it now here. Yeah. So let's give it here. So let's see whether it is executing based on the feature level, right? So here we are trying to execute based on the feature level. Apart from that, one of the more thing I'll be showing you how to break the example tags, right? Because example file, it will be running based on the whatever scenario you have given, scenario outline, but how you can break it with multiple tags. 1 second, just let's complete, just give me 2 minutes time, I'll finish it. After that I'll take the questions. So now you can see based on the feature level, Google homepage was there, right? And it was executed. Now let's change with the features level called Facebook homepage, and let's see what is executing. So it will take the 3 test cases, right? Based on the Facebook homepage. Now change it to Facebook homepage. So now it will execute based on the features level, right? Let's try to execute it. So tags plays a very pivotal role in Cucumber, right? So whenever you are designing your features file, you need to mention the tag pertaining to the area, and you can update it as and when required, so that with the help of runner class, right, you can just update them. Okay, now you could see based on the tags I have given Facebook homepage, so it will try to execute all the scenario pertaining to that features. Now questions will come in case we have scenario outline, right? So suppose say we have scenario outline, right? But it is not always that all the things will be coming under the UAT or regression, right? It might be that out of 3, 1 will be coming under the regression, and 2 will be coming under, or maybe suppose say here 2 is a negative test case because its status is unsuccessful, and 1 is positive one, right? Then how you can break it down, right? So that's so you can copy the example part. Okay, let's see, and complete example parts you can copy it, and here you can just paste it. So suppose say that part it will comes under as your negative test cases, right? And that will come as part of your positive. So you can see I am breaking it up, right? So the 2 scenario is here I can give tag called negative because that is negative, right? And here I can give the tag called positive. Just try to understand, it's very very important, because in the real time whenever you use scenario outline, you need to break it up. So whatever 3 different data type we want to vary it, right, for the particular scenario. So I am just divided into 2 scenario, right, 2 examples here, and this is the negative because this is unsuccessful here, and this is another one which is positive. I have just given the tag called positive. Now let's try to execute with the help of positive tag, and let's see whether that only the successful will be executed here. So that is the reason tag is very very important, right? It has operation exactly same with the tag name. You can do with the AND operation, OR operation, NOT operation. You can even in case scenario outline, that example part you can break it, and you can apply multiple tags with the breaking part, right? So that though in case your single scenario is varying for the multiple data combination, and based on the tag and based on the breakup, it will take the correct data combination. So here one scenario will be executed. You could see the password name is taking username 111 and password 111, right? So that is the thing we want to do, right? So this is the positive one, successful part, right? You could see successful. So only 1 test case got executed here, only 1, run 1 of 1. Now similarly for the negative one, if you want to execute with the negative tag, right? So here 2 test cases will be executed based on the 2 different variation of the data. So that is the way, right? You can just break down the example.
Haradhan, can you please repeat the last statement, please?
Yeah. So suppose say, yeah, in the scenario outline, right? So what you are doing, so for a particular scenario, with the help of example, right, you are varying the data, right? So here in example section you have given the row header, and after that you are varying the different combination of the data. But you will not able to differentiate, right, in case you want to break down those different variation of data with multiple tags. Okay, so how can you break it down? So example part you can copy it and you can paste it in multiple way, right? And definitely it will be unique one, right? Okay, so whatever thing you want to tag it in the different tag, right? You can keep it. Suppose it was having 3 data, so I have differentiated with 2 data as negative and 1 data as the positive. So example will be there, here will be common, and also the data variation part will be unique. So here 2 combinations, you can see status is unsuccessful, so I am giving it negative test cases, negative tag, and here for that username 1 password 1 is successful, so I am given positive tags. Now if you want to run with those tag, right, so it will only execute those test cases, not all the test cases through this scenario outline. Here if you want to execute with the positive tags, only 1 variation of data will be executed instead of 3 variations. So that's why in case you are having the example, you can break it down, after that you can add the tag, so that those tag will be effective at your scenario and for this data combination, not all the data combination.
Thank you. In one scenario outline, can we use multiple examples?
Yes, multiple example, but you cannot have any duplicate data, right? So that will be contain unique variation of the data. So in case you are having 5, right, you can differentiate in 5 way, right, with unique data combination.
Yes.
Otherwise it will consider again another scenario. You can break it down.
So I think this is the nice way to represent the positive, negative.
Right, exactly. Right, suppose say in a particular scenario you are having 10 test cases, but for the smoke only will be running only 1, right? Or maybe 2,
Yes.
1 positive, 1 negative. So there is no point of running everything. So you can break down out of 10, right, 3 section. 1 is the positive smoke, 1 is the negative smoke, and the remaining 1 will be for all the validation. So that's why you can differentiate it. Yeah, Komal or something. I think someone is having any question. Yeah, I can take it now.
Sir, I just had question like there are some inbuilt like tags of cucumber, right? Like test or after or before.
That is not the tag. That is called hooks. Okay. Just go through my session properly. Then I think it will be better to understand. That is not the tag. That is called hook. Okay. So that will be covering in the next topics.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. In case you know something in not proper way, right? That is the problem. So it will mess everything. Okay.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
actually, I'm coming back to things after a long
Yes.
time. So that, thank you.
So tag is fine. Everyone is fine, right? Then I will go to the hooks part. Okay. So hooks part, yesterday I was showing you some of the hooks, right? At the rate before, at the rate after, why it is required, right? Sometime you will be having some precondition. So suppose say we are writing the test cases for that, you just your here condition you are giving it. Suppose say let's go to the here that user navigate to the Facebook login page. That is the precondition. But nowhere we are mentioning that before going to the Facebook home page, right? You need to set up the driver part, right? Either is Chrome browser, either is Firefox browser, either Edge or maybe the IE, another browser. And also we need to set the browser. We need to create an object instance for that web driver with that particular browser class, right? Chrome driver class, and we need to maximize it, right? So that part nowhere we are defining it. So that is the every time, so that new browser will be open. After that, that precondition will be executed, and that step will be executed, and then the post condition of the result will be validated. And after that, we are not mentioning anywhere that we need to quit the browser. In case any file is already open, we need to close the file. So that are the part it taking care at the after tag. So that's why a tag plays and pivotal role. Sorry, hooks, not tag. Hooks plays and pivotal role in Cucumber. Okay. So that is the reason multiple prerequisites are provided at the start of the test execution for most of the time, right? For setting up the web driver, browser setting to cookies, navigating to the specific URL, etc. Similarly, some step must be performed after executing the test scenario, like driver clearing, browser cookies clearing, generating report, right? So such can be easily handled with the help of particular type of Cucumber annotation, which is named as hooks. So Cucumber hooks are block of code that run before and after each scenario. It can be defined anywhere in the project or step definition layer with the help of @ before, @ after. In test-ng, if you already gone through, but the new people may do not idea in the test-ng, so you already see, right, at the rate before test, at the rate after test, at the rate before class, after class, right, before group, after group, before shoot, after shoot. But here in the Cucumber, we are only having the two tags called at the rate before and at the rate after, and that can be applied, right? So before, at the rate whenever we will be defining, we need to create a method for the setup, where primarily we'll be doing the setup for the browser property setup, like setting up the browser, all this stuff, and after tag we can use for closing the browser. After hook, sorry, not the tag, hook. I am also getting confused. So these are the hooks, not the tag. So how can we implement them? So let's go to the class definition file, where we have written the steps for each and every step, undefined step, right? Here we can create a tag called at the rate before, right? Here we need to, what you need to do, whenever you are defining the tag, you need to create a method, right? Generally, where we can create a method called public void setup, because that will be setup method, right? And here you can add some of the body, right? So let's try to add some body here. ISO starting test scenario, similarly I can create one more called after tag, so that will be executed every scenario, right? For every scenario, here it will be after. So here it will be tear down, as per the generic framework concept. Everywhere we will be using called tear down, method name called tear down. So it will be kind of closing test scenario, right? And I need to import the before and after hooks from the Cucumber. Please make sure that you are importing from the Cucumber. If you import from the JUnit, you are exactly, it will not be problem, right? It might be problem. So io.cucumber.java, because this is the hook from the Cucumber coming. These are the annotation, and this is the hooks from the Cucumber, not from the JUnit. In JUnit, if you take it, it will be taking the JUnit one, right? Now we have already added. So what we will do, right? So suppose say in case I want to execute based on my group, based on my tag negative. So here two test cases will be executed, right? Negative, and but every time the before and after hooks will be executed. So that is the beauty of the hooks. Now see, just like the before test, after test, so every time it will be executed. For every scenario, every time spin for every scenario. So that is the reason whenever you want to open the browser for one scenario, every time in the real time, what we need to do, right? For every scenario, we need to open the browser, we need to perform the operation, we need to quit the browser. Again, for the other scenario, we will be open the browser, we will do the operation, we will quit the browser, like that only. So that is the reason before and after root place that way, that role that way. You can see starting test scenario means the before hook is getting executed, right, for the scenario 1, and closing the test scenario, which is the after hook, it is getting executed. And next, second scenario, you can see again starting test scenario is getting executed and closing test scenario executed, right, apart from the scenario given when and then condition. So that is the beauty of the hooks, right? So you can define before and after, but for each and every scenario it will be executed based on the settings you are doing with the help of another class. So it does not matter how many it will be executed, but every time before hook will be executed for the before running the scenario, and after hook will be executed after running the scenario, the last. Before will be the first and after will be the last. Then next one is the tagged hook. How we can?
So hello, Haradhan. So we have only two hooks, right? Before,
Yes,
at the rate before,
yes,
and
yeah.
after.
Only two hooks in the Cucumber. No other hook is available. Only before and after.
So like test-ng, we have before class, after
Right,
class.
right, right,
So,
right. But here only two
but
hooks
here
in
we have
Cucumber. Yes, right. Before and after. Then now questions will come. What is tagged hook? So tagged and hook is a combination of tagged hook, right? Is nothing. So in the hook we will be defining some tags, right? So that automatically that particular relevant hook will be executed based in case tag is matching. Are you able to understand? Suppose say in case I will be defining multiple hooks, right? Before and after hooks. Let's comment it out. So I will be creating multiple hooks before and after, right? 3 times it will throw you error. Okay. So I need to here use tag here. So suppose say that will be executed whenever tagged will relevant to smoke, right? So setup, I can change the method called setup smoke, right? So here also after also I can change it to before after smoke, tear down smoke. Method name I am changing. So starting smoke test scenario. So whenever I will be running smoke test, that particular hook will be executed. Similarly for that one, closing smoke test scenario. I think I need to give the double back code here, otherwise it will not take. Let's give it. Yeah. Okay. So this is the hooks before hooks, but whenever the tag will match to smoke only, that will be executed. Similarly for the before one, other way, right? I can use before, suppose say UAT, say @UAT. Okay. Similarly for the after also I can use that after UAT, and here I can change the method called UAT setup. So starting UAT test scenario, right? Closing UAT test scenario, here tear down UAT. So this is the 2 type, and apart from that, based on my scenario, right, I can give the hook name called regression or negative as well, not be a problem. So that's why you can create whatever is thing is there, right? All the hook specific to the tagged. So that is the reason it is called tagged hook, right? Negative, starting negative test scenario, closing negative test scenario. Here also I can give it called negative, right? Here I can give called negative. So similar way you can create multiples before and after tagged hooks, right? So hooks will be still same, right? But here we are adding multiple tags, so that in case the tag is matching, so that relevant hook will be executed. Now let's try to run the negative one, right? So let's see whether the hook where pertaining to the negative tag is getting executed or not. The other hooks will not be executed. In case there is no hooks available for a particular tag, so that in case you are trying to run that particular tag, so not a single hook will be called, right? So that is the beauty of the tagged hook. You can see now, you can see starting, right, negative test scenario, right, closing negative test scenario. Okay, and here also it is called UAT test scenario. Why it is called, right? Because whenever the negative is there, right, it is also matching with that UAT. So that is the reason it will be executed. That is the cucumber feature. You cannot delay. You cannot do anything. So whenever other because it is a sub part, right, of the scenario, but here also UAT is also matching. So that is the reason it will be there. It will be executed. So that is the reason it's better to run it from the scenario level instead of that one tagged hook part, especially for the tagged hook part. Okay, suppose say now if you change it to regression, so let's first see whatever is there, whether regression is there or not. Okay, smoke is there, so I will try to run the smoke suit. So here smoke will be common here only, right? Only one test case will be run and the smoke hook will be called. Now let's try to run it. And see whether the smoke, whether the tagged hook where tag smoke was available was being called or is being called. So you can see here, right, starting smoke test scenario, right, because thus it is coming matching with the smoke suit, smoke tag, that particular hook. So starting smoke suit scenario, then given, when, then condition is matching, and at the end it is executing closing smoke test scenario. So based on the smoke tag and after hooks, that is the reason it is called tagged hooks. So tag is available in the inside the hook. Is it clear? Any other questions? Anyone is having any doubt? Otherwise I can go to the next slide.
No question.
Okay. Then the next one is that how we can setting order or priority of the cucumber hooks. So in case there can be multiple before and after hooks can be there, right, with the different method name, right. So if you try to think of the from the Java concept, right, it is kind of method overloading. Note size it's called like hook overloading, right, because multiple hooks it is allowing, but definitely the method name will be changing, right. So how we can set up the priority? So in case multiple hooks is available without the tag part, right. So how we can maintain the execution order? Okay, so that is the reason it is relevant to the test-ng priority, right. So you can make here order. Okay, so in case user already worked on test-ng, you must be familiar with the priority of the test and execution order. Similarly, cucumber hooks can also be executed as per the order. So let's consider example with the hooks file consisting of 2 after hooks and 2 before hooks. So user will set the order of the hook as per the requirement by simply specifying the order as hooks file code, right. So before hook will be executed based on the ascending order, right, from the 0 to 1, whereas before hook, whereas after hook it will be in the descending order. So before hook, so in case you are having 3 order 0, 1 and 2, so 0 will be executed first, 1 will be next and 2 will be next. But for after hook, in case you are having 3 order 2, 1 and 0, 2 will be executed first, 1 will be executed second and 0 will be executed first. So that is the order. For the before it will be ascending order, and for the after hook it will be descending order. So for before hook it will be from the lower to upper, and for the ascending, so for the after hook it will be from the upper to the lower, right. So that is the way of the setting up the order or the priority of the cucumber hooks. Let's comment this code, right. So how can you comment out the code? Let's select all the hook related part here and just select it and just select the source and just add block comment. So those will be not removed from your script, but those will be commented out. So I will be copy paste that part here. So here 2 before hooks, order is 0 and 1, and 2 after hook, order is 1 and 0. So what is the sequential? For before hook, 0 will be executed first and then 1. For after hook, 1 will be executed first and then 0. And let's see. So now we want to run only say smoke test case, right? So only one test case will be run, and let's see the order of priority of the hooks, how it is getting appended. So you can see here the output in the console, right? This will execute first before, right? Now go to your before hook. So it is 0 will be executed first, so you can see this will execute first before, that is got executed, right? And then another before hooks will be executed second, right, before going to the scenario. So this will execute it second before. So this is the before 2 hook executed first before executing the test cases, and then test case got executed, right? Then for the after hook, what will happen? After hook, order priority 1 will be executed first and then it will go to the 0 because it's descending order. So here this will execute first after, right? You can see this will execute first after, and then the 0 will be executed for the after hook. So this will execute second after. So that's why we can maintain the right priority, or we can set the priority in case multiple hook is available, right? And it will be executed accordingly. Okay, now let's comment out that hooks part. Are you able to hear me, guys, and see my screen? Hello, are you able to hear me and see my screen? Okay, okay. Then next part I'll be covering called report in hooks. So we need to generate better report, because whatever is generating, right, it is not giving the clear view. So we need to generate better report. It can be JUNIT report, it can be XML report, it can be HTML report, it can be JSON report, but or more better we can generate the extend report, right? So I'll be showing you. Yes.
So we have multiple tags and also corresponding hooks. So for let's suppose for before X before, okay, we want to give some.
So I did not get your questions properly. Uh-huh. Hmm. Yeah, I think so. One thing is possible here. You can use comma sign, right? You can give the priority. Right here, you can use @smoke and you can give comma. Okay, and you can give the order, right? So you can use multiple smoke tag and you can give the order here. Order 0, order 1, like that. No. It will be not be driven by the cucumber here. Okay. So it will be driven based on the features file here. Okay. So here it will be based on the features file only. So here whatever you are trying to run it, right? So based on the features file and based on the scenario, right? Based on the scenario thing, whatever you are defining the feature file, that order it will be executed. So suppose you have 10 scenario, but you are ordering in the queue features file 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. Means no need to give any order, right? But you can just add that scenario one by one. So once whatever is come first, it will be executed. Whatever is second, it will be executed next, like that. No. This is the cucumber is not related to the test ng. Okay. So it is not like that. Okay. But cucumber specially that is some everything will be not been same, right? So that is the reason in here in the test ng like there are so many before annotation and that, but here only two thing. Okay. Or depends all things it cannot be implemented here. Okay, so we have to rely on the features level part, and here we'll be running most objective is that everyone can able to contribute in the features, right? Whenever you are defining the features, and it can be easily handled, right? Instead of so many pages part, we'll be creating so many features, and we'll be creating a tape definition file where you can give the feature sample, right? I mean kind of features name, so we can easily find the code and we can debug it. So in features we can add like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we can give the tag. Mostly features and tag will be sufficient for the cucumber. Okay. No. Not in the features file. Either you can create one more class here, right? Where you can use before and after. Okay. In the step you can create one more class, right? Generic wise. And you can create one more class and you can give the before after. Everything it will be all the hooks it will be there in the steps definition package, not in the features package. So here you can create a class. So if we don't want to disturb the Google search homepage, you can create one more class where you can give the before, or maybe you can create two more class. One is for before hook, one is for after hook, right? So you can easily, debug the code, right? In the real time. Yeah. So during test execution, either manual or automation, it is always required to understand the output of the execution. The execution output should display in specific format, which immediately depicts the overall result of the execution. Hence, our framework is also should have the same capability to create output or generate test execution report. It's essential to know how better user can generate Cucumber test report. As Cucumber is a BDD framework, it does not have a fancy reporting mechanism. In order to achieve this, Cucumber itself has provides a nice feature to generate report. So Cucumber.io has developed a free cloud-based service for sharing report. Cucumber reporting service allows to configure Cucumber to publish result to the cloud, which can be accessed from browser throughout the organization. So Cucumber report, it will give you more information that how many scenario pass, scenario fail, how many features has been passed, fail, how many steps has been executed, passed and fail, right? So Pretty report you already seen. So Pretty is the fast plugin is Pretty. This provide more verbose output to implement this. Just specify plugin equal to Pretty in the Cucumber option in the runner class. So you already implemented it, right? So this is the plugin Pretty report. The next one is monochrome mode, right? Yesterday somebody was asking why is monochrome. So monochrome equal to true, right? So here monochrome mode reporting, if the monochrome mode option is set to false, then the console output is not readable as it should be. In case of monochrome is not defined in Cucumber option, it take it false by default. Suppose say just comment out the monochrome part and let's see what it will have. Okay, you could see report will come, but here lot of disturbance will be there. That is the reason we should use monochrome. Okay, output will be there, but yeah, lot of disturbance. You could see these are the different thing came, right? These are the different syntax. Okay, so you can see it is not readable completely, right? So that is the reason monochrome is avoid this thing. Okay, are you able to see the report, guys? Right, this is the additional thing has been appended in the report in the console. So that is the reason if you just add the monochrome equal to 2, so it will help you to get the complete report, better report. So that is the reason monochrome will be used. True. Next one, the HTML, JSON, XML and JUnit report, how we can generate. So if you want to report the HTML report, right? So you need to add HTML dot the folder, target folder name, and then you can give the report.html. So what we'll be doing it. So after the pretty, right, plugin, we'll be adding here, it will give the comma, it will give HTML, so that will give me HTML report dot colon, and then where you want to generate the report, right? You want to generate the report in the target folder. So here I will give the folder name called target slash, I can give any folder name exactly where it will be generated, right? So HTML hyphen report comma, so what is the report name? I can give it report dot html, sorry, it is not comma, it is slash, and here it need to give it within double quote, right? So multiple report you can generate in that way. One second, why is the error? Let's save it. HTML target, okay, I need to give double bracket here, sorry, second bracket, not first bracket will not open, need to give second bracket, otherwise the remaining will be still same. Okay, so similar way you can generate multiple reports, you need to give one by one comma, right? Similarly, if I want to report, right, other report, right, so I can give the comma, suppose say JSON report, so here report type will be JSON, right? Here it will be JSON only, JSON. Target, I can give the file name called JSON report, and here it will be, instead of HTML it will be layout will be JSON format, JSON. Similarly, I can generate the XML report, right? Similarly, I can give the comma here XML, so it will be XML here only, uh, pretty report. Okay, so it will be JUnit, type will be JUnit, so already written in my PPT, unit, and then target and XML report in a different format. I am generating the report XML report, and it is giving you report.xml. Okay, now let's try to go to the runner class and let's remove the tag for now. Okay, so that all the test case will be executed, right? Whatever test case is there, and it will generate all the three report HTML, JSON and XML at the same time. So in case you want to generate multiple report, you need to give the comma and you need to second bracket here instead of first bracket. Let's try to run it and let's see whether it's executed and three kind of report is generating in the target folder. So it's working still. 5 test cases will be executed. Yeah, it's got executed and 5 got first here. If you expand it, you will have it. So this is the feature, this is the 3 test cases, because I have removed the tag, right? Now if you close it and now you refresh your project, right, and you could see expand the target folder, you could see 3 folder got generated, right, based on the thing. One is the HTML report, one is for the JSON report, one is for the XML report. Now if you open the XML report, HTML report. If you right click the report.html, if you click the properties, if you take the path here, and if you go to the browser, and if you just enter, right, so you could see that HTML report will be generated here, right? So let's go here. You could see the two features got executed, right? Sorry, I mean two features file got executed, and here this is the scenario, and for the others features, right, this is the scenario got executed, right? So that's how you can get better report, right? You can see the tag is also there for each and every scenario, features level also, right? You can see all the step is passed, right? So here if you see here, the five scenario are in past status, right? And this is your OS, this is your CPU. So in case if you want to find something with the tag, right? Suppose say I want to get only test case where negative tag is there, right? So you can search negative, you can give it, you can search. So you can see it is highlighting here automatically. So in case you are having multiples, 1000 test cases, right? And if you want to search with specific to tags, you can get the details report here. It will highlighting and it will auto navigating to that way. So that is the HTML report. Another report we are generating, but yes, in some of the organization that might be used, but we do not use the JSON or XML report much. So you can take the path, HTML report and the other report, which is extend report will be used much. So you can take copy the path here, and you can open in the browser. Okay, you could see here this is the JSON format report. So you cannot do this is the format will come on the JSON format. So it might be tough for you, but whoever is already working the JSON, so they can easily understand the lines of code, right? The next one is the XML format. So if you just right click the path of the XML report, and if you just open any of the browser, so you can get it. So this is the XML report. You could see total error 0, failure 0, total number of test cases executed 5, and this is the given when and then condition, right? So that's why you can generate three kinds of report. One is the HTML, one is the XML, one is the JSON report. So it will be generated in the same path. Any questions, guys, before navigating to the XML report? So you can just give the comma separated, and you can give all the report one by one. So all the report will be generated. If you want to go for one report, just you can remove the other portion. So pretty will be there, and you need to use the second bucket here, right? So pretty will be in there. So to get the report, and you need to use second bucket into the first bucket, and you need to give that is the type of the report, that is the folder name where the report will be generated, and that is the report name with the extension. Is it good? Anyone any questions? Yes, no? Meaning of pretty is the formatter, right? So pretty is the formatter, right? You can see this is a plugin. So it will give you more kind of report. Otherwise, if you do not give the pretty, right, so it will not generate the report properly. That is the reason you need to, by default, in case you are not generating it or not, otherwise your console will not be generated, right? So monochrome and true and pretty equal to true, you need to be, sorry, plugin equal to pretty, you need to use always in the runner class. Otherwise, you will not able to see the console, or maybe the console will be in the happens that way or not in the better shape. So that is the reason you need to use it two things always. Hmm. No, by not by default, right? We have added the plugin, right? We have added the dependency for the Cucumber JUnit. Right, right, right. You need to add one more dependency, right, for the test engine. But in generally, we do not use much in the test engine. So especially whenever if you are dealing in the Cucumber, I think I should say that 99% people will be using the JUnit only. So Cucumber is the JUnit related part, right? So with the help of JUnit, you can generate more and more accurate report specific to that. So Cucumber mostly compatible with JUnit. Yeah. But sometimes this report is not giving you more feature, right? More holistic pictures, right? Or maybe the detailed graph or detailed price chart, all this stuff, right? Still it is not giving. Only giving that file scenario executed, but it's not giving that how many step pass fail, all this stuff. So that is the reason it's better to know that in any kind of framework, right? It's better. Now it is still I could say that external report is the best report, and it can be presented to the any stakeholder, right? So in the previous video already learned how to generate in the previous slide, right? HTML, JSON, XML, and JUnit format. However, this report might not be appropriate sometime to share with respective stakeholder as demand is complete exhaustive report with proper graph, price chart, and more granular detail. So Extend Report is a powerful open source library used in testing automation framework for generating beautiful and user-friendly HTML report. It allows the user to customize the report template by using custom CSS, JSON, and XML. It can generate with almost all the major testing framework like JUnit testing, etc. Extend report are HTML based document that can carry detailed information about the test executed along with custom logs, screenshot, and use a pie chart to represent an overview of the test. So Extend Report cannot directly integrate with Cucumber framework. However, in case user want to generate Extend Report for their Cucumber feature, user will need to use some adapter plugin. Please be remember this is the adapter plugin. Additionally, this plugin will allow the Extend Report to recognize and capture scenario and features present in the framework. It is where the Grasshopper Cucumber adapter plugins come into the picture. The plugin is built on the top of the Extend Report and allows the user to quickly generate the report for their Cucumber framework. Moreover, this plugin helps in reducing the pain of implementing the report in user framework. So for that first one, two things you need to do. You need to add two more dependency, right? For in the pom.xml file. So I'll go to the pom.xml file and I will add the two more dependencies in the under the dependency section. So first dependency will be I already mentioned clearly. You can go to the Maven repository. You can search extend report cucumber 7 adapter. So you can go to the Maven repository, extend yeah extend report cucumber 7 adapter. So that is the one dependency you need to add it first. So I've written the step also in the search box. Okay, type extend report. Sorry, need to type extend report. Extend exactly type the same word. Otherwise, it will create a lot of noise. Extend reports, and you need to go to where you need to go to extend report cucumber 7 adapter, and you can go the latest version, and you can copy it. This is coming from the grasshopper. You can paste it here. That is the one dependency you need to add. Apart from that, you need to add one more dependency. You can type extend hyphen pdf hyphen report. Yeah. Click on search. After that, you need to navigate right to extend pdf report section. Yeah, you can click here and you can select any latest version. And you can paste it in the Maven. Okay. So this is the do dependency you need to add your pom.xml file for generating the cucumber report. After that, you need to save it. So automatically the relevant jar file will be added to the project, right? Specific to the extend PDF report and the extend Cucumber 7 adapter plugin. Then next one, what are the thing you need to do? You need to create a file named extend.properties. So that is the setting. That is, I am not doing anything. That is the setting from for the extend report. Whenever you want to generate the Cucumber, you no need to use the Cucumber tools, right? So you need to create a in the same folder. Please make a note in the same folder, right? As it as Java, I'll be creating a new file. What is the file name? It will be extend.properties, right? I already mentioned everything here. Okay, extend.properties. Click on finish, and after that here you need to add two lines of code. Okay, extend.reporter.spark.start equal to true, extend.report.spark.output equal target slash automation report folder. This is the folder where it will be generated. So that's the thing. I'm not doing anything, so it is the kind of Cucumber part, right? So yeah, just I'm using the same format from the extend report only. So this is the things I will be adding it in that extend report file, and I'll be saving it. And apart from that, in the runner Java, I need to add this line of code after the pretty. So you can add this. Okay. So that is the two thing you need to do. Three thing. First, you need to add the dependency, right? For extend report Cucumber 7 adapter and extend PDF reporter. Then you need to create a extend.properties file in the same folder where the pictures file, runner, right, pack step, all the packages created. And after that you can add these two lines of code, and let's save it, and let's now you can run it from here. Okay, now let's try to run it, and let's see whether your extend report got generated. Now let's try to run for all the test cases, all the test scenario. It will try to run all the scenario. Now you can see all the scenario got executed, then all are in pass status. So run 505, there is no failure. Okay, it is still executed, getting executed. Okay, now if you go to the project and if you refresh it, right, you can see in the target folder there is an automation HTML report has been generated, because that is the report name we have given, right? This is the target folder and that is the report name. Okay, that got generated. So now if you select the path of the report and just open it in the browser, you will finding more beautiful report, right? You could see. So your two test case got generated, executed, right? If you expand it, you could able to see the steps. Similarly, the second part, these are the two scenario, and if you expand it, you are able to see all the things. This is the thing, you will get it, right? You could see these are the different tag executed, right? For which tag how many step is there, everything will be there, and you can expand it. And this is the report mode generated report, right? Graph will be there, you could see here. So that is the reason, right? You could get that how many step executed, how many features executed, what is the status of the features level, what is the start time, end time, how many features got passed, how many failed, how many scenario got passed, how many scenario skip failed, how many total number of step passed failed, all this stuff it will be generating. And also the tag level also. So that's so it will giving you more beautiful result. Yeah, in that src test java folder only, right click in the same folder where the features package, runners package, step kit, you can see this is the extended properties file, right? Extended properties, able to see it? Please make a note in the same folder. Now the next question will come. Suppose say if I want to run it for 10 times different permutation combination, so every time same folder will be generated, right? And it will be replaced. So there is no track that how can I get all the report. Suppose say yesterday you have run one report, but that also you need to require, right? But it will replace everything with the latest report. So how can we get all the report, right? So the next question will come, how to maintain backup of all the report. So as of now, you have learned how to generate the extend report in Cucumber JUnit. In case multiple times execution, it will keep on overriding the previous report once the new report creates. Usually, user need to maintain the backup of all the report generated from the previous stage. Hence, user need to save each report with different report name or the folder name. With the extend report, plugin adapter, it is pretty easy to create report in different folder name. So user need to add to setting to their extended properties file. So this is the two add lines of code you need to add. So this will be generating one folder here instead of directly file. So file will be there, but another folder will be generated where the folder extension will be that one. DD, hour, minute means second. So in case you want to run to the next one, so it will be second will be changed. So you can maintain all the report, right? So what you need to do, you need to add two more lines of code in your extended properties file. Simply you just copy it. So that is the reason I already mentioned it here. So you no need to worry from where it is coming. It is coming from the extend report only. So you cannot change anything. You can just change in case if you want to generate other folder, if you want to give other extension, right, you can give it. Okay. So that is the folder. It is better one which can be industry across the industry, using across in the industry. Now if you generate, if you want to run other report, right, run as. So you can see now one more folder will be created on the target where the automation report.ic will be present. With the folder extension will be right the report. After that it will be added month, sorry, DDMMYY, and that hour minute means second. So it will try to execute all the test cases. After that it will generate the report. But one thing you already noticed, right? As and when you'll be adding so many kind of dependency in the project, right? Your execution will be bit slow, right? Definitely because it is taking a lot of memory resources, right? So that is the reason it might be slow. Okay, because project will be heavy, right? So in case, but yeah, that is the problem. It will be there in the real time as well. Now if you refresh it, right, you could able to see in the target there is a folder generated, right? That is the folder extend report, and then 10th April 2022, right? 2019 5 second. So that is the part we are able to do it, right? This is the extend report. It will be generated the target folder, then DD, hour, or second, minute, like that. Now if you expand it, you could able to see target folder here, and this is the thing generate. Now if you expand it, sorry, open it any of the browser, you will be able to see the report. So your previous report is not getting replaced. So every time it will be creating new folder. So that's why you can generate more realistic report. It will not replace the previous one. It will give more details, right? What is the execution time? How many test case fail, scenario fail, all this stuff. You can see it's also getting generating the graph, right? All the time. So that is giving better way, right? You can see. In case it is fail, it will give you fail, right? In case it is like that. Okay, so that's the different important thing for the cucumber. So it will help you, right? So I already created one more project from the scratch, so I'll be sharing that project, the GitHub code, right? So that you can install it and you can see. So today you already see what is tag, especially in case if you want to execute something based on some certain condition, certain specification, certain testing type, certain application type, you can use the tag. And hook is nothing but like if you want to add something, whatever it will be executed always, right, before and after. So you can use the hooks concept. And hooks can be also tag can be also associated with the hook. So that is the reason it is called tagged hook. And in case you are having multiple hooks, right, you can set the priority or the order of the cucumber hook execution. You can maintain it, and you can generate so many report called XML report, HTML report, JUnit report, or the JSON report, right? Where you need to add something in after the plugin equal to pretty, and after that you can add one by one. And if you want to generate the external report, you need to first thing is that you need to add two more dependency, right, in the common XML file. After that, you need to create a external properties file. You need to add some code so that external report one will generate it. But if you want to generate a unique report every time, you need to add few lines of more code, right, in that one, so that it will be generate the report uniquely, and you can maintain backup of all the report. So that are the interesting topics like I tried to cover into session, and that will help you, right, to build your framework with the cucumber from the scratch. And I'll be sharing one the project what I've already created. You can refer that one, you can try to update your code. So that's all from today's session. Thank you.